This is episode 8, a solo episode with me, Tiffany Hinton, and today we're talking about life, what's been happening, the new me, where are we headed, and oh my gosh, the stuff that Lionsgate I think is just going to drop hard. So, on Cultivating Guts. Hello, it's Tiffany, and welcome back to Cultivating Guts, a podcast where we discuss gardening, homesteading, living fully, and following our intuition. I'm super excited to be back with you guys. I've had a lot of insightful moments. I've had a lot of me time, a lot of time to just kind of inner reflect over the last few. And I'm wanting to share with you some of those important things that I've realized and some of the changes in the direction and the trajectory changes that have happened today on the podcast. I am simultaneously video recording as well. So you can see this live on YouTube. It's youtube.com/Tiffany Hinton, or you can see the video on Spotify. Those are two channels that actually have video. Otherwise, you can listen to the podcast and share it with your friends pretty much off any podcast platform at this point. And it's so I just want to kind of drop into the conversation. But before we go there, let me say, before we get started, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel if you want to get notifications when new podcasts drop. I know they don't come out every week. They come out when I have an intuitive hit or when I have a message to share. So if you want to get those notifications, just like and follow the podcast depending on which platform you're on. And if you send me a screenshot of your review of the podcast, I will send you a free garden planning course that you can use any time of year to get you started with growing and consuming your own vegetables that you grow in your own backyard. With that, guys, I just want to jump into the conversation. So I'm super grateful you're here. And I think what we're going to do is we're just going to whoosh, dive right in and just have this open, transparent, authentic conversation together. I'm just like, oh my gosh. All right, here we go. Okay. I'm like, where do I even start? We're just going to have a conversation, right? It has been an interesting 2024, very interesting 2024. If you have known me for a decade, you've known me for a couple of years, you know that I am somebody who is always doing something, can never sit still, seems to be accomplishing more than one person can. And I feel like that's not this year. And I say that with hesitation because I still get people commenting and saying, how do you do it all? Like, tell me your secret. And yet on the inside and mentally, I'm like feeling kind of lazy in 2024. Feeling like, oh my God, I can't even get out of bed. Like, what's going on? Overanalyzing. And it's really no place to be. It's like saying you're fine. And that's a whole nother topic. And so we filmed less podcasts. If you notice, this is episode 8 and the year's half over. I have a garden that looks like a crazy jungle that could really use some care and some weeding. And I have, I don't know, it's just like clutter. I look around my office and I'm just like, things are out of place. The house is a mess. And what is happening? I would say I am not depressed. I did question that at one point. I was like, am I headed back into depression? No, I am not depressed. I am super busy with other things, which is okay. But at the same point, I did feel my energy draining and waning, and I felt like I wasn't me. And then I had to analyze, well, what was I doing differently? Because it was making me not myself, not the person I wanted to be. And a lot of you I know probably have similar feelings, and you're analyzing and you're looking at yourself and you're like, how do I get back to that person I was? Or how do I get to the person I want to be? And we're going to talk a little bit about that on the podcast as I go through kind of this story. But I was the heaviest I'd been since I was pregnant, probably around the 4th of July. I'm still heavier than I want to be, but that's okay. I wasn't doing any yoga. I really wasn't walking much. I was walking. Like I used to, especially during the pandemic, and I'd walk 2 miles a day, every day. Wasn't doing a lot of that. I was doing maybe a mile a week, which is crazy. Not out in the garden. Like normally I like to be in the garden every Sunday morning, and that's my place, and I love it. And so what was I doing? Right? If I wasn't doing all this stuff that I know that I love, what was I doing? I'd stopped cooking. We were ordering a ton of DoorDash, eating crap food, um, eating junk, eating lots of potato chips and salty snacks. And as much as I love to spend time with my husband, having a drink every day is not good for my health. I don't need that much alcohol. Um, yeah, there was so much that I just knew I needed to change. And like little light bulbs were going off at different points. So we went to Nashville, loved our trip to Nashville. We had kids at camp in Tennessee. We took Josie with us. We had the most amazing, fun time in Nashville. But when we left Opryland, I just did not feel well. I was like, oh my God. Ugh. I just feel ugh. And I had, gut issues. I was bloating every day. I just did not feel well. I'd been glutened at least once. We were down there maybe twice. And so my body was just like, not good, right? Having autoimmune disease flare-ups is not a good thing. And so on the way home from Nashville, my brain was like, remember? And you know how you always have those little like, tink, tink, hello. And I was like, oh my gosh, yes. A friend of mine who we've done several detoxes together. We're always on a different challenge and adventure, and we love like clean eating. And she's vegetarian almost all the time. Had sent me a parasite cleanse, I don't know, April maybe. And I was like, all right, it's time to do this. It's time to like message her back and be like, I'm in, let's do it. And so I did on the way home from Tennessee. It's like 10-hour car ride for us. I messaged her. I was like, okay, I'm in. Let's do this Mrs. Rogers Hood thing. And ordered the supplements that I needed. They're all herbal. They're tinctures. Got the ebooks that she offers. And we were like, okay, we're down for this detox. We're going to do this. Then it takes 2 to 4 weeks because I think the lady that makes the herbal tinctures for this parasite cleanse and metal detoxification probably makes them when you order them, which I love because they're always like 4 weeks to get here. So I'm like, okay, so we order at the middle of June. They don't get here till right before the 4th of July. And then I'm like, oh, my grandma's 90th birthday. I got to go to that. Excuse me. And so I'm like, all right, we can't start this. And Karen calls me and she goes, can't start anyway till the full moon. So I don't know what you're worried about. So I'm like, all right, well, full moon in July is the 18th, right around the 18th. So we're starting then. So before that, and then so I go, for my grandma's birthday, I get glutened again. I eat a bunch of crap. We have to go to the fair and we eat fair food. And I just, again, feel like I'm just dying. And so I was not sleeping well, laying in bed 12 hours a day, just not doing well, not pooping for 4 days, which is for me is like, oh my God, I would like chastise somebody else for not doing that. And I'm like, all right, I have to get back on track. I have to put me first. Screw everybody else. I have to get my health back in order or I'm not going to be here for my kids. Like I know this. And so we committed to the parasite cleanse. Leading up to the parasite cleanse, I ordered a 10-day juice fast, which today is day 10. Yeah, I think so. I think it's day 10 of the juice fast. And we did they call it gutty, but it's basically a chia seed charcoal detox for 3 days, started the juice fast after that. Then the day after I started the juice fast, I started the tinctures for the parasite cleanse, went on a super, like I juiced only for 3 days. Then it was juice with some sort of vegetable in the evening, something super healthy that's allowed, like a sweet potato or I've done zoodles, like zucchini noodles or anyway, so I'm on this very regimented meal plan for 30 days. Immediately started to see that I was starting to get my energy back, right? And so I've given up sugar, dairy, grain, don't do a lot of fats and oils at the moment, no meat right now, only vegetables, and then my juices, right? And I pre-order juices. I love Broad Generation. If somebody wants a link, send me an email. They come, it's awesome. It's easy for me. And 10 days in, 10 pounds, lost 10 pounds. Now, I probably feel like there are 10 pounds of poop, but sleeping so much better, getting an hour a night of deep sleep with my sleep monitor, feeling better. We've been to the sauna twice. Absolutely love sauna, cold plunges, back to walking. The other thing I think that my body just missed that I've been doing since we started the oh my goodness, my brain is still running on ugh. It's coming back to me though. Since we started the chia seed and the charcoal, I went back to doing Kundalini yoga. I've done Kundalini new full moon workouts for an hour and a half. I did 2 hours the other day. I've done a liver Kundalini for like a liver release or liver cleanse. I've done a lot of breath work around solar plexus. I have also been using my Om bowls, big singing bowls, and sticking them right on my gut and like smacking them and letting the vibration work through my intestinal tract and through my system. Um, I would love an actual full sound therapy session. The closest I can get is giving sound therapy to somebody else and then listening to it. So I'm getting ready for a New Moon Circle. Emails going out after I film this podcast, and I'm going to do a sound session with that group because I also want the sound session. But I will lay after my Kundalini yoga and hit my gong and just let the sound waves go over my body so much. And I share this not to brag, but I share this because we all need at some point in our lives to be like listening to that tink, tink, tink in the back of your brain. It's like somebody said, or I've heard it 3 times, or I have this knowing. That's your intuition. You got to listen to it. Your intuition knows. And it's like, okay, intuition, let's do this, right? And in the beginning, it's going to be hard. It's going to be like, oh my gosh, how can I even do this? Personally, for myself, I've done crazy cleanses before. I've done 40 something days of raw food only, which actually ended up being 2 sets of 40 days of raw food only, which was 84 days. I've climbed a mountain I didn't even intend to climb with Catherine Ziegler. Like, we climbed Condry. Like, I know that you give me a challenge, I'm going to do it. I'm going to overcome it. It's going to happen. Sometimes I just need a partner. And so I know like this 30-day parasite cleanse is going to be finished. I'm going to do another one. We were already talking about it last night at the sauna. Like, we're going to order our second one and we're going to repeat. So we're going to take like probably 14 days and then start a new one. And did I think I had worms? I didn't know. I had worms as a kid. My mom will tell you stories about getting, I think they were pinworms as a child. But yesterday, day 8 of the parasite tinctures that I'm taking, I actually started to see some stuff come out. And I was like grossed out. Like when you pass things that look like jellyfish. I don't know where I got that. Is that from being in Mexico 20 years ago? Is that from being in the Pacific Ocean, the Atlantic Ocean? Is that because I ate pork? Is that because as a kid I ate something that had mealyworms in it? I have no idea. There's so many places you can pick up, bugs and parasites and eggs of parasites that it's just like, you have no idea. But definitely wanting to get that stuff out of my body. Uh, and it's just, I don't know, it's been amazing. But at the same time, every morning I wake up and I feel a little bit better and I feel a little bit better. And then yesterday I sat down and did a Kundalini and I just kind of sat there, and I've been drawing cards the last couple days too. And I pulled the Kundalini card and the Tantric card. And so those are oracle symbolisms of new beginnings, energy expansion, growth, change. Oh my gosh, so many change cards too leading up to this cleanse. I was pulling Kali cards and I was pulling like the Dark Goddess cards, and then like, oh, my body is just ready for this, ready to just like release, start anew, be a new person, have energy again, like do the things I love, get rid of the shit that I don't love. The other thing I feel intuitive right now is I need to do another like whole house dump of stuff. There's things that are just not energetically aligned anymore in our home. It happens, I feel like every season, every time there's the wheel of the year turns, I feel like I need an energetic dump of stuff. So I do need to do that. I need to look around the house and be like, okay, this stuff just needs to go. We're through with it. I'm done with it. And trash or goodwill, here it comes, because just needs to happen. Similarly, out in the garden, I was out there yesterday and I was out there last night, and then I was out there this morning, and there's some sections I'm going to pull everything and then start some fall stuff because we have 3 growing seasons where I live. So I definitely want to plant some green beans and some other fall plants. But yeah, so super, super, super changey, right? Feeling it in the energetics, feeling the change in the hookup and the shift. And then today, as I'm filming this, it's the 26th of July. And so Lionsgate is opening. And that's a lot of energy coming down from the sun, and the star of Sirius is going to like align with the earth in perfect alignment. And so there's a lot of astrology there from thousands of years. So it's an opportune time if you're feeling nudging like I have been to be like, okay, I'm committed. Let's do this. I'm in. Whatever it's going to be, I'm in. Let's make the changes. So let's talk about some of these changes, right? So some of the changes are, yes, daily yoga every day. I'm just for it right now. And I'm going to like get done with this podcast and I'm going to do some yoga daily. I need to get back to daily walks right now. It's like every other day, and I'm good with that, right? 10,000 steps or more. I'd love to get back to 20,000 steps, but it'll take me a bit. And it's okay to say that. Weekly sauna trips. Oh my gosh. And cold plunges or cold showers. Those are a must. A definite must for autoimmune healing, definite must for detoxing the body. Every day I've been dry brushing. That's another big change. Like I've had the dry brush for years, but every day I dry brush now, sometimes twice a day. I made a commitment at the beginning of the year to do art once a week. I'm going to go back to that. So I've pulled out some art supplies. I've got 3 art lessons because I subscribe to get monthly art lessons sitting in my inbox that I can do. So definitely going to work on that. Changing a few things in my business. So these are some changes if you're listening and you're somebody that interacts with me on the business level for Cultivating Guts. Whew. Yeah, I talked about these with Frankie and then I didn't do anything. And then I talked about them again. And then Frankie came back to me. She goes, Mom. And she was like this little person that was like, I'm holding you accountable without saying those words. So a couple of things I'm doing. Little Witches Moon Garden Club is no longer a monthly club. I owe a few people some refunds. We're going to go to quarterly workshops with the kids. Quarterly, they're going to come together. They're going to do a massive, education, real project, learn about the wheel of the year and to celebrate whatever is in time at that point from the witch perspective. And so I'm going to be preparing for the very first one in early spring. I'm thinking February, right around St. Bridget. We'll do garden planning. We'll do like seed starting and do it all in like a 3-hour workshop. So more to come on that. I've got to look at pricing for 2025 as well, and do some adjustments because some things have gone up in cost. So inflation is inflation. So I got to do some price adjustments there. But so if you had kids that were enrolled in Little Witches Moon Garden Club, it's not going away completely. We are shifting to a quarterly model so that I can give more and so that they have a better and more immersed event with discoveries that are very, very in focused. So that will be coming. The new moon circle for adult women, that's going to stay monthly. We've canceled the last few. I've energetically not been there, or I've been sick, which has been interesting. But August 3rd, that coming Saturday, we're having one. We're going to do a new moon circle. We're going to intentionally use sound therapy as well as in the circle. We'll do some herbal stuff, and it'll be outdoors as long as the weather holds 9 a.m. in the morning. So emails coming out about that. But if you don't get our emails and you're like, hey, wait, I'm in Chicagoland, I want to come to this, just hop over to cultivatingguts.com and click on the thing that says New Moon Circle in the top, and then you can register there. New Moon Circles right now are $30. They'll stay $30 through the end of the year, and then I'll look at pricing for $25 and see if I need to adjust that at all. The other thing I am really, really, really feeling called to, which I'm going to include in the email that I send out as well, is a Lionsgate activation. And normally I attend these, but I'm going to host one. And yes, Lionsgate is on the 8th, so it's August 8th. It's 8/8, and it is on a Thursday, so we'll be hosting an activation in the evening for people that are able to attend. So that will be coming out in my email specifically. So if you're not on the email list, you're also going to want to go over to cultivatingguts.com and sign up for the email list so you can get details about how to attend the Lionsgate activation. A lot of Kundalini there, and I'm going to do some more, probably a sound bath and journaling, and we'll probably put a ritual in there, maybe some cacao because it's evening. To think about that. But yeah, definitely putting some stuff in there. A lot of movement around Lionsgate, and even like the lion's breath postures. So I keep bumping the desk because I have legs that don't want to sit still today. So those are some changes coming, right? The other interesting thing is that with Lionsgate, it's a great time to do a goal reflection. We're like halfway through the year, a little over halfway. Where are your goals for 25, 24? Oh my gosh. See, I'm already ready to zoom into the new year. For 2024, how are your goals going? Have you achieved them? Do you want to change any of them? Are there any you want to just throw away and say, forget it, I'm not doing it? And it's because it's just not energetically aligned anymore. It's just not you. Look at that stuff. Is there anything you committed to do back at the beginning of the year and it hasn't been going well? Maybe you weren't supposed to be doing it and you need to destroy it and get reorganized, right? And, so it's you destroy, you generate, and then you organize what you generate, and then you destroy, and then you generate, and then you organize what you generate. That's just how it works. Oh my goodness. Wow. Like the energy. I just feel it too. Like I want to get out in the sun today and just get some sun coats. Super cloudy in Chicagoland. There's I think it's from some natural fires. There's some overcast and stuff because it's blowing over, but I'm still going to go outside later today. Oh my gosh. All right. So I've been talking for 20 minutes. So let's, I don't like to keep these podcasts going forever. So here, let's do this. If you are somebody that's like, all right, my intuition is also hitting me in the head. It's like tap, 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 tink, tink, tink. Let me know how I can help you. I will tell you, I would love to see you at the New Moon Circle if you're a woman and you're able to come, Chicagoland area on the 3rd. Lionsgate, again, sign up for email. You'll get information there about Lionsgate. If you are somebody who's looking to put a garden in and actually wants to start planning it now, you can definitely do a fall installation of a garden. If you just want help planning it, I'd love to help you there. Sign up for a consult over at cultivatingguts.com. If you've got kids that are like, yeah, next year they'll be old enough to come to Garden Club, sign up so you can get the event notifications when they come out so you can register for the spring workshops that are coming. I normally start children around age 6. It's helpful if they can write. They don't have to be 6. We've had kids as young as 4 and 5 come to Garden Club. And then we tend to stop around age 14. Now, again, I'm not going to say that they can't come if they're 15 and 16. If they are really wanting to learn and be involved, and absolutely allowed. Not going to cap it off. Yeah. So, and on the down low, if you're ever interested in health coaching, I still do that on the side. I'm very picky about the clients. I have to know that you're super dedicated, and I have to know that you really want to make a change because it is hard work, as you can see. You fall off the wagon, you get back on the wagon. You start eating the crap and then you throw it out. It's part of life. With that, guys, thank you for listening today. I'm here to help you, and I am super excited for where we're headed and all the things to come. All right, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Share with me what your favorite part was, and share with me if you're going to try any of the rituals or join us for a live class or workshop. Ask me any questions. I'm here for you, and I'm excited to see your benefits. Satnam. Love you guys. So if you would love this episode, remember to share it with your friends. Send it to anyone who may love this inspiration and information that we shared. To get my newest ebook, The Biodynamic Moon Gardening, visit our website and download it for free. It's my gift for you for being a listener of the podcast. So pick up the book. We also want to let you know that we have the New Moon Workshop, New Moon Circle, Saturday, August 3rd, 9 o'clock in the morning, hosted on my homestead outside. If you are excited to gather together with us and join us on August 3rd, I need you to go over to the website, cultivatingguts.com, and sign up. We are limiting it to 10 women, so make sure to hold your spot. I think there's 8 spots left at the moment. To get all the details, you can head over to cultivatingguts.com, and you'll see everything you need to get started there. If you're interested in getting a garden going, getting some raised boxes, some raised beds, learning about how to get better soil so you could have a better abundance of vegetation next year's garden, or even getting a fall garden started, sign up for a consultation as well. I am a certified garden coach through Gardenary, and you can check that out at cultivatingguts.com.